Yo, welcome to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your man Trouble's in the building. I'm solo dolo today. AC he in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And living that hoorah Marine Corps spirit. And then your boy Jones, he got like an 11-page paper to write. So he been busy writing papers and all that other stuff. But for those that like to write or do podcasting and things of that nature, you ever just feel like you gotta get some thoughts out? So this is me getting my thoughts out right here on this podcast. I want to give a shout out to Tito's Vodka. I'm drinking a Moscow Mule right now. Normally it's Crown, but I keep on tagging Crown on Instagram and they ain't replying, so I'm gonna do a break for them. But enough about me. Got a special guest in the building. We got Chenae.
Hello.
So a little backstory on Chenae. We'll get to the backstory through the questions, but me and Chenae, we went to high school together. Oh, my bad. I'm drinking through what is it, a copper cup?
Yeah, copper cup.
Yeah, a copper cup with the Moscow Mule. But me and Chenae, we went to high school together, so that's how we know each other. But how have you been?
Great.
Living the life?
Living the life. Trying to, at least.
Why is that? What do you mean by that?
Just trying to make something of myself.
So how has high school been initially? Well, not high school. Life after high school, I say. First couple years, we'll go by that. It's been 10 years, so.
Life has its ups and downs, so I'll just say it's been up, it's been down, it's had its highs, it's had its lows. But you live and you learn.
Yeah.
And everything that has happened since then has created the woman that I am today, so. No regrets.
Yeah, and I guess we would do like a chronological timeline in a sense of just jumping through like certain aspects of life.
Okay.
And one reason why I really like talking to you and wanted you on this podcast is because of your business, your whole business aspect of the whole AfroMama brand.
Yes.
So you're a woman of many talents.
Many.
Yeah, and building your brand and getting the orders of hair bonnets, do-rags, scrunchies.
No do-rags as of yet, but that's coming. That's coming.
But
yes.
Turbans, what else?
Turbans, right now my focus is bonnets, scrunchies, and top knot turbans. So basically they're the head wraps that you see women wear. They're already pre-knotted. It kind of just goes on like a hat. So you don't got to worry about trying to figure out how to fuck to wear it.
So the bonnets, so safe to say you're the cause of why some of these women go out 11 o'clock in the morning to the grocery store just with a bonnet on?
That has nothing to do with me. And I will not take the blame for that shit. I take mine off. So no.
Okay.
No.
Not part of that ratchetness?
No.
Ratchet righteousness?
I don't see that it's ratchet. Some people see that it's ratchet. I just see that you're just going, you being you, but hey. Whatever.
It is what it is.
I'm just not going to take the fault for it. You do what you want to do.
Oh, you supply, but you...
I supply, but I ain't got shit to do with your decisions.
Understand. True enough. Hey, before we get into the podcast, before we get real deep, want to do a shot of Hennessy?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, let's do
I need a chaser.
You need a chaser. Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
All right.
And shall we mention this is my first time ever taking a shot of Hennessy?
Uh-oh. You know my role model? It's in the brown bottle.
Yeah.
Hennessy.
All right, go ahead. What are we toasting Unpredictable Thoughts?
Unpredictable Thoughts. AfroMama would put your brand out as well.
You
and
heard.
Just a good podcast right now.
Oh, God.
Got the ugly face.
Oh, I hated it. Hated it.
You taste the grapes?
Grapes.
Yeah, it's fermented through grapes.
Fuck no, I don't taste no fucking grapes. Okay.
Is not it? So when we do, I guess we could do it like this, as far as the chronological order of like from high school till now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back and forth in questions.
Okay.
That fair enough?
Fair enough.
So example for my listeners, it'd be like, okay, we graduated in '08. So from '08 to 2010, we'll just kind of briefly discuss what's going on. Or we could do it in 4 years.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck did I do? 08 to 010. I sometimes forget to, I don't know, what the fuck I ate for breakfast yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Or we'll just start this. From high school till now, what do you think people perceive you as? Or how do you think people perceived you in high school? And are you the same boy?
I mean, okay, so I'm going to like shift your question a little bit, because for me, it's never been about how people perceive me. It's always about how I perceive myself.
Uh-huh.
And I think when I was in high school, I had such a low self-esteem, no sense of self. So it was just literally like just a day by day, just trying to figure out who I am. I think that a lot of people can relate to that, because in high school, you really, I mean, that's the whole purpose. During that age, you're finding yourself,
into adulthood almost.
Yeah. So if I could go back in high school, I think like being the woman that I am now would make so many changes. I mean, I was just I didn't participate in a lot of things, and what I did participate in was some lame shit. Like, I just wish that I made something of myself even in high school, that I was the woman that I am now in high school.
What, lame shit like badminton or what?
I bust your ass into badminton, but no, not badminton. Not badminton. I mean, I think that just sums it up. I just was definitely a lost soul. Just trying to figure out myself, trying to figure out who I am, what I like, what I love, what I don't like, what my boundaries are as a person. Yeah. What about you?
It's quiet. Real quiet.
But what comes with being quiet? There's a lot that comes with being a quiet person.
Observant, which I'm still observant now. Confidence, I'll say that. Confidence, that was my big thing, of just like confidence with people and speaking. Yeah.
Are you saying you struggle with confidence in high school?
I did, yeah.
So do we all struggle with fucking
And
confidence.
I don't know why. I guess because during that time frame, it was like we moved again, or not. So being at the school that we were at, most of y'all went from elementary, middle, and high school together.
You have relations.
Yeah, so that relationship from 11th grade went all the way down to first grade type,
Yeah.
So that's what it was with me, just
feeling like you didn't really know anybody.
the new kid.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's obviously changed.
Yeah, I mean,
you got a whole podcast. That's obviously changed.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has changed.
Kudos to you.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you to everybody that do listen to this podcast, because we don't be talking about shit, but it is what it is.
They talk about shit. You lying.
I joined the military after high school. What about you? College?
I went to college. Yeah, I did 2 years. Hated it.
What did you study?
Business management.
Okay.
Business management, but I don't know, school, I just felt like school just wasn't for me. And I could never figure out what that feeling was. Like, I would go day by day, just like, I won't say depressed, but like just doing the minimum of life, smoking a lot of weed, like numbing myself out, and just coming to the realization that you don't have to do what your parents want you to do. Like, you can live a life that you organically be you, live a life that you want to live. So I had to come to terms with that. I had to come to terms that I wasn't really living my life in a way that I wanted to live it or do what I wanted to do. I was doing things to make my mom proud. I wanted my mom, I saw the pride that she had when she said, my daughter goes to Marymount University, like, she had so much pride. She was so proud, but inside I was just so miserable and almost desperate to just be something. I didn't know what I wanted to be, I didn't know, but I just didn't want to be that. I didn't want to do that, if that makes sense.
Would it almost be like a borderline depression?
Absolutely.
Because you said numb. That was a big thing.
Absolutely.
Smoking weed, numb.
Yeah. If I look back on it, I would definitely say it was borderline depression. I mean, we've had this conversation before, but Like when it comes to weed, anytime, like it's okay to just smoke occasionally, but when you are just like smoking back-to-back blunts, like nonstop, you're numbing. You're totally numbing out something. It's a feel-good drug, and that's what I was doing. I was trying to feel good. I wanted to make my mom proud. I had good intentions with that. But I think anytime that you're going against yourself, it's never going to go that way.
Other than, as a parent, of course your parents kind of see you in the high pedestal. So do you think you were just constantly trying to chase that? Taz, what she was talking about.
It all goes back to that self-esteem. So I think I was just chasing that validation. I wanted, like, my mom, like, it just go, because it sucks because in the beginning of this, I said that it wasn't about what people think, but at the end, I care about what my mom thinks. And that's still me now. I definitely care about what my mom thinks always. But I was definitely chasing that. I was chasing how she felt about me. I wanted her, I don't know, to look at me like I was going down a good road, not like an uncertain road that most people don't track, but is normally a greater road than the one that everyone else takes.
The systematic road.
Exactly.
Of high school, college, get a good corporate business job.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
Damn. So, what else did you do? So you didn't finish you finished high school.
Right. Did 2 years. I finished high school. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Did 2 years of college. The Hennessy shot kicking in already.
Yeah, I see. I did 2 years of college. I got married in 2011.
Oh, wow.
After that, I traveled. I started pursuing singing. A lot of people, and I think that was like a shock for a lot of people.
Sydney singing.
Singing. I pursued music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my life just kind of took a dramatic shift, and it was such a shocker for a lot of people. Because like I said, like in high school, it was no sense of self. Like I knew what I was good at, but I lived in such a fear-based life that everything I did was based on fear, and just like. When I started to learn myself and discover myself and honor myself, that's when my wings started to spread. So yeah, I've always kind of been able to sing. I've always been able to sing. And I pursued that. Didn't go as well as I wanted it to go. Had a lot of downs, more so downs than ups. But like I said, you live and you learn.
Any fire-ass albums?
Yeah, definitely some fire-ass albums.
Okay.
Yeah, had some fire-ass music. At least in my, I guess it just depends on what your sense of fire is.
Yeah. Huh. A lot of traveling as far as, like, the music games, that's something hard to get into?
You have to have tough skin.
Just as a female, just anybody in general?
No, anybody pursuing music. It's just a totally alternative lifestyle. I lived in an RV for a year and a half.
What the fuck? We will be discussing this.
So that was just a lifestyle in itself. I still like to say I practice minimalism. Definitely not as much as then, but I didn't want to live a life that was materialistic. I wanted to say that if you took all that shit away, I was still a decent person and I was still myself and I was still pursuing something organic that was true to self, if that makes sense. So yeah. Lived the RV life, and that of course had its ups and downs, but it was great. I would do it again.
The RV. Yo,
I would do it again.
We got to
I say everybody in their life should live in the RV and travel the world. Well, not the world. I mean, I traveled the U.S., but yeah, it was fucking dope as fuck.
What was the ups of the RV life? What was advantages versus disadvantages?
I'd say the ups is just being able to be mobile whenever you want. Like you can literally wake up and be like, let's go here. And that's where you're going, and just, you can be in Colorado in 2 or 3 days, The downs, I mean, it's minimalistic. So, sometimes you're brushing your teeth in the Walmart bathroom. Sometimes you're washing up in the Walmart bathroom.
What the hell?
You're,
I thought they had, like, as far as, like, traveling, they have, like, RV communities to where they had.
But I never did that. Like, I never did that.
Is that not part of the RV life? Like, for those people that go to this RV community,
Yeah.
are they not really
You know,
living the real RV life?
I would suggest that you do live that life, but for me, it was very like
RV station.
to myself kind
Oh.
of thing. So like parking in RV. Excuse me, parking in Walmart parking lots. I was never going like pay. I never wanted to pay that money.
Oh, you got paid?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
even,
for
like
the
the
upkeep.
minimum's like $25 a night. So
Oh, for
I
the
mean, it could
upkeep
be,
and stuff like that?
yeah, I mean, if it's like on some bougie shit, I mean, you can pay anywhere to $150 a night at some places.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
To park my RV.
To park your fucking RV and get, but it's all like you connect. So you connect to water, you connect to electricity. So it's basically like a full house living kind of situation. But I never did that. So that's when I say it's like minimalization. It was like definitely minimal. I never did that.
As far as like security, that wasn't.
I had a pit bull.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was my security. Yeah, that was my security.
You had to get the strap.
I mean, nah.
Get the strap. Shout out to 50 Cent on that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I never had to get the strap. I had a rescue dog. So with rescue dogs, they're very protective. So
Yeah.
MJ had a very huge sense of, I mean, this is any animal. She'd pick up on energy. You could be down the street and she'd know that you're not right and she'd start barking at you. So if my dog barked at you, I know that you're just not somebody I need to be around.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she was a whole, don't even get me started on MJ.
Yeah, fair enough. Damn, that's crazy. Whole RV life.
Yeah. It was dope though.
Yeah.
Don't let me like make it seem like it's just not like, it has its downs, but it has way more ups than downs, and you learn so much about life and you learn to appreciate things that people take for granted.
Yeah. It's just like being confined in like a, oh God. Like you never like, y'all got
I loved it.
when you was, being married during that time frame
Right.
or whatnot, you ain't kind of like, yo, I need my fucking space. He driving, you like, I'm going to the room. 3 steps back. I'm going to the back of the bus.
I've always been a huge reader. I've always been a music listener. I've always been, I mean, of course you feel that way. I would be lying if I said to you, no, I didn't sometimes feel like I needed space, but no, I don't know. It's such a hard thing to describe. You're so caught up in the lifestyle and in the situation that you know that's it's kind of not optional. You kind of got to consider that before you get into something like that, because it's not a lot of space. I mean, what's the space? You go up in the front cab, I go into the back. Like
I'm parking now. I'm going outside.
I'm going outside. I'm taking a fucking walk. But I'll be back. It's just one of those situations. So, I mean, like I said, it has its downs and it has its ups. But you got to make sure that if you are going to fucking RV with somebody, make sure it's somebody that you love, that you can stand being around for long periods of time. Because you will. I mean, we're all human. You have moments where you want to be alone. Or if you have moments where you guys are just in a disagreement. So you got to consider that.
Yo, that is crazy.
It's dope, though. Dope, though. It's dope as fuck.
It's like being on a tour bus.
It's a house on the road. It literally is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have all the space that you need. Don't even get me started on that.
You have all the what?
All the space that you need.
Explain. Briefly, if you can.
Okay, so like in houses, these big ass houses that people living in, most people don't even realize that like you spend most of your time, like 80% of the time you're in the same place in your house. Like there's so many places in your house that goes unused, fucking TV is collecting dust, areas in the rooms collecting dust that you don't use. And with an RV, you occupy all the space.
I mean, at that point, you have no choice.
But it's not as small as you think. I mean, it's an RV. So, I mean, you have different little area. Okay. All right. Okay.
What?
I do have no choice, but...
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah. You have no choice, but at least you know that all space, you're truly using, you're utilizing everything about it.
Yeah.
Now you're paying whatever the fuck you're paying, whether it's mortgage or rent, and you're not even using all the space, or it's just the stunt. You live in this big ass fucking mansion, and you're not even using the space. For the purpose of what? Is it for you or is it for others?
It's to show off. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's about perspective. Yeah.
I mean, unless you have the family to do that.
What you got, 100 kids? Like, what you got?
Nah, I pull out, so I'm good.
Oh.
Nah, no kids for me. Damn, that's crazy. So RV life, the whole singing. Explain the whole singing. Did we talk about that? Not really.
A little bit.
A little bit. Let's go a little deeper as far as singing.
Uh-huh.
We got American Idol.
Yeah, I did that. That was crazy.
Explain that experience.
I mean, that was an experience in itself. What they portray on TV versus what it actually is two very
is it rough
different things.
Rough as hell, like.
No. I sang with my ex. We were very good. So it wasn't a surprise that we got treated the way that we did and that we went through every round. I mean, I would be lying if I said that I was shocked by it. I wasn't shocked by it.
So y'all were a group.
Yeah, we were a duo.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't shocked by it. It's round after fucking round. Like, okay, so the first day that we went, mind you, at the time I had a 6-month-old, so we're literally auditioning with Leilani. Leilani is strapped to me, and I'm trying to sing and still pursue this thing.
Was Simon there at that point?
No, Simon doesn't do American Idol anymore. No. So this wasn't celebrity judges. This is the producers of the show. But people don't know that you have to, like, it's so many rounds before you get to the celebrity judges. So it's not that you just make it and you go to the celebrity judges. It's like 6 or 7 rounds of producers that you have to sing through.
Okay, so stay on this note, right? So when they have, like, I guess these bloopers of, like, no offense to, like, some Chinese or Asian dude singing that really can't sing this well, are they, like,
it's for show?
Huh?
It's for show.
So they pushing them through or her through for
show.
6 rounds just for the show?
Yes.
What the hell?
People with absolutely no talent or people that bring the drama, all that. Yeah. Just for ratings. For ratings. You have actual talent. You absolutely have. I mean, obviously, you have actual talent. I mean, you see that there are winners of American Idol who have had a crazy, amazing career because of their talent.
Yeah.
You know, but all the shit that you see that you're like, why the fuck are they even? How did they even make it there? Yeah, it's for ratings.
Yeah, because they make it seem like.
Because you can't just have talent after talent after talent. You got to have some type of level of crazy or some type of level of what the fuck is this? You know?
Exactly, but the way they made the lineup seem like is like Simon. The celebrity judges, they just go through. They going through everybody at that point. That's how they make it seem.
And I'll just like sum it up. The entertainment world nothing is what it seems.
Oh shit!
Like fuck what you think you know. Honestly.
Damn, I don't know nothing. So
yeah, like no, I wasn't saying like for you. I'm just saying for anybody. Fuck what you think you know. Like it's never what it seems. It's what they want you to see. Just like social media, it's what they want you to see.
So like a Love and Hip Hop, some things are staged. Yeah.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
So y'all was going through rounds after rounds after rounds.
Rounds after rounds. We made it to the celebrity judges. We performed in front of Katy Perry, Keith Urban, and Lionel Richie.
Ooh.
So that was pretty intense. Made it past them. Got yeses. Made it to Hollywood Week. And a week before we were supposed to leave January 23rd. I won't even say a week before. It was 2 days before. January 23rd on January 21st.
What year was this?
This was this year. January of this year.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. January of 2018.
Yeah.
So January 23rd, we were supposed to, American Idol just ended. I don't know. Yeah. And if you look at the beginning, my baby's in the beginning.
Shout out to a baby.
Yes. Shout out to Lay. But January 23rd, we were supposed to leave for Hollywood Week. January 21st, I got the call first, and they said that I'd been cut. And yeah, my ex got the call 10 minutes later saying he'd been cut. And all they could say is, if you have any issues with this, you can definitely take it up with our psychologist. Basically insinuating that you're going to like have a fucking mental breakdown because you didn't make it on the show. And of course that's not the case, but you're like, what the fuck? Because it's so much, even after you make it to Hollywood Week, every single day almost they want something else from you. There's some paperwork that you have to sign, some paperwork that you have to read. There's some paperwork. It's a lot of fucking shit.
Damn.
So much time goes into it for you to get cut 2 days before. I was pissed.
Yo, that is crazy. That's crazy. So as far as would they tell you why you got cut?
They'll never tell you.
Mm.
They'll never tell you. You'll never know. You can speculate.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it could be that it was just too much, or I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I could sit there and play the black cards because I'm black, but you never know.
Oh well, we gave you Ruben Studdard.
Yeah, I mean,
and Fantasia.
Exactly. I mean, and that drives you crazy. Speculation drives you crazy. So I just say that it was supposed to happen, and it is what it is.
So, did you pursue music? Continue to pursue music after that as well?
I didn't. There's a lot of now. I kind of, I guess, correlate a lot of pain and hurt with music.
Mm-hmm. But you write your most virus shit with that.
I know.
Look at Mary J. Blige.
Like, I don't want to. I know.
Adele.
I don't want to get too into detail, and I don't think that there is gonna. I think there's gonna come a time where I do music again, even if it's just for the sake of putting it into the universe. You know, just singing and putting it out there. But for right now, it's just not a place that I'm in. Right now, I'm pursuing AfroMama. Right now, I'm pursuing, you know, being the best woman that I can possibly be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that's just where I am. And music just isn't a part of that right now.
So your love for music hasn't died.
No, it can never. I still
kinda
sing
on the back
all the
burner?
time. Exactly.
Yeah, just kind of on the back burner.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't think that anything's wrong with that. I think that people put so much pressure on, okay, for example, we build a great fan base while singing, and I could have took that pressure, like I gotta make them happy, I gotta make it about everybody else but myself, and I just know that that's just not the case.
Yeah, I got you on that.
I gotta focus on me, and
focus on you and your daughter.
Exactly. That's me. Lazy.
A T for one.
Exactly.
I got it. Got it on that. Interesting.
So what about you? Because you gotta answer some things. What about you? Join the Marines and
I joined the Marine Corps December of 2008. Well, I knew I was joining the military right at the high school.
How did you know? Like, how were you able to make that solid, concrete decision that that's what you wanted to do with your life?
Well, I'll take that back. Not right after high school. I knew I was joining the military when I was in the 6th grade.
And you don't hear people say that all the time. Yeah. So I definitely need an explanation as to how you were able to make such a concrete decision in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the fuck I was going to wear in the 6th grade.
My uncle joined the military. He joined the Navy, and he was a cook, and that's just somebody I really look up to a lot. So,
you had hardcore inspiration.
Yeah, hardcore inspiration of doing that. So, when it came down to it, I remember in high school when like the colleges come down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't joining. I'm good. They talking about SATs. I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
Like I'm joining the military. Like it is what it is at this point. So like, it's no point of you're not swaying me.
Okay. So can I ask you like something a little deep?
Go ahead.
All right. So knowing what you know now, would you still do it?
Yeah, I still did it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I still do it. I protect and serve my country.
Yeah. Sure, there's people still applauding you right now.
Applaud me. It's like, nah. I mean, we are considered the 1%ers of America. So it is what it is.
Takes balls. Takes balls.
And ovaries, because you do have women that join too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Shout out to all my women personnels in uniform. Joined the military. First duty station was Hawaii.
Okay.
Very dopeness, crazy. I want to say
one of the perks to military.
Yeah, one of the perks of living in Hawaii at goddamn 18, 19 or whatnot. And at that point, I could really tell I was very uncultured because I just thought it was like tiki islands and volcanoes.
Shit you learn in school.
Yeah, so and all they do is just surf all day. So
right. So what was the difference? Like, what did you learn when you got there? What is life actually like in Hawaii?
Very compact. It's a lot of people. Like I want to say,
I wasn't expecting you to say that. You said very compact.
Yeah.
Like busy? Like busy?
Somewhat, yeah.
Huh.
Because it's a very touristy town.
Yeah.
And then like people kind of like live on top of each other, so like a New York type of vibe or whatnot. But I loved it. Very beautiful scenery, food, culture. You just have multiple cultures of people. Yeah, I loved it a lot.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I'm low key hating a little bit. Shit, I wasn't expecting you to say New York though. I mean, that's fast paced as fuck.
I'm not
City that never sleeps.
a city that never sleep. Of course, it has its downtime, but I'm just saying it's like very touristy.
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say New York. I'll take New York back. As far as my travels, I don't know what to compare it to, cause like
City in the South.
yeah, and like I live there, so it's like I don't know. Like I'm not there for the touristy attractions. Like
right.
when I
obviously.
Yeah, so it's like me being military or whatnot. I always tell people, I'm like, yo, get in with the culture. Like, yo, they gonna tell you the best hood spots to eat at.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I ain't
they gonna hook you, but they gonna make sure you good.
You good. They push your teeth, yeah. Like you good. Yeah. So, I don't know, like.
Okay, so can I change gears a little bit?
Huh?
Can I change gears while still keeping it on the military subject?
Yeah.
Quick? So, how do you feel that the military has shaped you as a man? Of course, okay, so what I mean by that is when you first joined, you were 18.
Yeah.
You're how old now?
27.
So, you're how many years in?
About to be 10.
About to be 10 years in.
Yeah.
That's a long time. So, how do you feel? How do I want to shape this? Okay. How do you feel it is? Okay. I'll do two separate questions. How do you feel that it shaped you as the man that you are today?
Shaped me. I don't say more confidence. Just the Marine Corps in general. Of course, they give you that like you the best, blase. Give you that real cocky feeling. Well, not we could say it's not cocky, it's confidence. So with that, yeah, and just being around different aspects of people. I hate people. I hate group thinking people or whatnot. So at that time, there's another reason why I wanted to do the podcast, and I'll put this on wax right now. I'm not afraid to admit it. It was at one point in my life, I think the military kind of had I kind of put them at fault with this statement, because when you first join, people don't realize is that you have a career at 18, a fucking career. And if you kind of go the college route, you probably won't be able to jump into your career until what? 20.
After you're done. And sometimes it's years before you can land something solid.
Yeah, so you always kind of, I say for all branches of service, you always get the comment of, hey, you join the military, people back at home ain't doing shit. And you're just constantly hearing that. So for my first couple years going back home, like as far as vacation, I'm like, I'm gonna leave. Y'all ain't doing shit. Like I used to hate coming back to Baltimore. Like for real, just because I guess that was just.
So it almost gave you a little level of arrogance.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, almost a little level. But as I get older, I'm like, yo, it takes time for people to find themselves.
Absolutely.
People fail to realize for the military, all we do is take a test and they just put you in the job.
Right. And that doesn't mean that you have found yourself. Like,
correct.
And that's what people I think need to understand. And I'm not in the military, so I can't speak on it, but I can definitely, from the outside looking in, there's no way in hell you can tell me that you take a test, they give you this job, you have a career, and now, I know myself. No. Yeah. I think it takes deeper work after that. Because, yeah, you have the career, you have the money, you have the benefits.
Perks, yeah.
But where's the self? So I think that takes work.
Yeah. So it's been recently till I got to like my mid-20s. I'm like, yo, Baltimore isn't bad, like at all. Like it was just like.
So you don't go in like shunning niggas when you get there.
Yeah. Like you ain't about shit, right? You still staying with your mama, like nah, like yo, I stay in the goddamn barracks room, so it's like nah. So. Yeah, did I answer that question right? Yeah.
No, I think you did. But I would love for you to speak more on, like, you just finding yourself. So, like, having the career at 18, like you said, like the solid career straight out of high school and having all that comes with that. How were you able to step out of that and find yourself?
Just talking to older people, as I might say. Like a deployment. When I went to Afghanistan, mind you, I volunteered to go to Afghanistan. Go to Afghanistan, like with a no
Courage.
hesitation. Like,
Wow.
you want to go to Afghanistan? I said, yeah. Like, I ain't
Wow.
think about it. It wasn't no second thought. Nothing.
There's no fear in that.
No, it wasn't no fear.
Wow.
It wasn't no fear at all. I don't know why.
Do you look back like maybe I should have been a little scared?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's something I signed up for, I guess.
No, yeah.
In a sense, without really thinking about that. I think,
like, for a civilian, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I feel as though when you are in the military, you do kind of sign up to die.
Right.
A possibility to die for your
Don't
country.
die.
Yeah.
Okay.
A possibility to die for your country in a sense. Unknowingly. Not to say it's going to happen to every military.
But the possibility is there.
Yeah, the possibility depending on your job, XYZ. So, yeah, but as far as finding myself, it was just all about talking.
Yeah.
Talking with people and really just talking to older individuals.
That's what I was going to say, your elders.
Because I'm always one of those individuals. I like to learn from others' mistakes. I'm like, shit, if you going to put me on game, then let me know what's up. So,
and some mistakes you're going to inevitably make the same mistakes. You know what I mean? But I get that. Respect. So
that was just me, and just like, I guess just talking with them, and they're like, oh shit, you real dope, blase blase. You not, even though I was my rank, your rank kind of justifies your age range of peers or whatnot. So even though I was a certain rank, my wisdom of just like craving for knowledge kind of put me up a little higher. So then it allowed me to be with other older individuals of higher ranks and just talking to me. So, yeah.
I admire that, especially in a black man. That craving for wisdom, that line.
Yeah.
Deep as fuck. Always got to crave that.
I mean, you got to.
In any field in your life, whether you're in the military, whatever you're pursuing.
Music.
Exactly.
Movies.
Always crave to learn. Learning is key. Like, it's key to life. Seriously.
So that was my spiel. What else I do? Afghanistan, came back to Hawaii, got stationed in Italy. I say Italy.
You living a life.
Yeah, it's the needs of the Marine Corps. That's what it is.
Yeah. I stand corrected.
Yeah, the needs of the Marine Corps. That's what we call it. But stationed out there, got to travel a lot. That was my first time really being around people like my same age and rank, if that makes sense. And like we really clicked. So I want to shout out to Tony Beard, Travis Smith, Wiley. Goddamn Moscow music.
So wait. So okay, you're doing all this traveling, living the Marine life, military, and I'm sorry I kind of like took over the questions on your podcast, but
supposed to be interviewing you.
I know, but being a black man in the military.
Oh,
what's that like? What is there a downside to it, as it is being a black man in civilian life?
Oh,
I'm gonna grab a beer, but I'm listening.
So I guess with that question, it really didn't hit me until this year of being black in the military. And I don't know why.
I'm surprised by that.
I don't know why. Maybe social media, in a sense. Just
I was very surprised by that answer. So there was no type of feeling of being. There's no outcast feeling.
No.
Being black in the Marines.
Now I would say if it is, it's in a covert way.
That's the worst thing, though.
Yeah, it is worse, and it's just like I'm just one of those people. Is like, yeah, I can say what's up to everybody, but I'm not about to be in everybody's face, if that makes sense. You don't vibe with. I feel as though you don't vibe with everybody just because we all in the military. I'm not gonna vibe with you. Like,
right, no, it's about energy.
Yeah, so it was that. But the only reason I say it kind of hit me, like, in the last 2 years, give or take,
It's what's been happening in the last 2 years as black men in the world.
Yeah, what's been happening. Then also it's like, because we do a lot of funerals. I did funerals in Hawaii, but like doing funerals in Hawaii, it's like you kind of have that Polynesian Samoan culture. So it's like, I feel as they were kind of like middle ground. Like it's just a mixture of cultures. But then like I'm in goddamn in the South doing funerals, and
that shit's more in your face.
it's more in your face.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, yo, so we do like a three-man team funeral or whatnot, and I'm the most senior person. So at that point, I gotta present the flag. So I get down there, I make sure I have the logistics right, make sure the next of kin, who she is or who he is. Normally the man die before the woman. That's crazy. Most funerals I've been to, the husband's dead before the wife. So
moving on. Yeah.
Moving on. I don't know, like that's just my experience thus far. But get down there. So at that point, for my experience of doing funerals, people want pictures. They want to talk to you. They want to talk about, I could have joined the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the military, or stuff like that. So I'm expecting all that. We get there, family just kind of look at us like, ugh. And I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, on paper, I already got who the next of kin. I asked the funeral director, I'm like, yo, is that the next of kin right there? Yeah. She come in, kind of look at us, and funeral director come over to me, is like, well, which one of y'all presenting? So it was me, another black guy, and the Caucasian guy. And that shouldn't
matter.
Yeah.
She cared, though.
And the crazy part is, I understand a lot of people don't understand the military, but I'm like, for whoever got the most stripes and the most ribbons on their uniform, they the most senior at the end of the day.
Right. But what mattered more to that person was the color of your skin.
Yeah. So, go back. The funeral director was like, yeah, I'm the senior guy. Funeral director come back to me and was like, oh, she doesn't want to accept the flag. She going to do it to another relative. And I'm like,
slap in the fucking face.
I'm like,
fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And at that point, you just got to take it. But people will argue like, well, that was their time. They're just old. But I'm like, yo, But
that just shows you in like such a sad, like you should be worried about like the person who has passed, your family, but you're more concerned over who the fuck is passing a goddamn flag and the color of their goddamn skin.
But the fact that you held that hatred for so long.
Right. Let's take this a step fucking further, okay? You can be, so my aunt, she worked in like a senior citizen home. But it's like the same kind of fucking vibe, dude. You can be like completely senile, like completely like done lost your fucking mind. But the one thing you don't forget is that you don't like blacks. And that's, you can't remember your daughter's name. But you can remember that you don't like niggas. That shit's crazy.
Yeah,
to me, that is like a severe, deep mental disorder. And that shit goes with you to the grave.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if you get that analogy, but it's the same shit.
I get what you get. Hey, your daughter name won't go with you to the grave, but black people will.
Can't remember your wife, can't remember your kids, can't remember your own damn name, can't even recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. But you like, I don't trust that nigga. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem.
It is a problem. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, like I said, if there are any racists in the military, I mean, we, of course, watching the news, you have had openly racist incidents in the military.
Yeah.
They're bold as hell, but other than that, if they in, all it is covert. And what can you really do? They suppressing their feelings at the end of the day,
And it's unfortunate on them, all that fucking negativity that you're holding in. I think at the end of the day, it just shows how much of a coward you are.
Yeah.
But
I always say I like my race is overt rather than covert.
Yeah.
Just so I know, I'm like, all right,
You don't like me, say that shit.
All right, just say
it.
Exactly. Exactly. And we could just move on.
Exactly.
I just know how to move around.
Exactly.
So that's just. Mm-hmm.
But I want you to keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. Exactly. And the crazy part is, which I kind of find I ain't gonna say all races are like this, but I kind of find about races. I'm like, y'all know a lot of hip hop songs. They black people.
Love the culture. Love the
Love
fucking
it.
culture.
Yeah.
Love the women.
Ooh.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
Love the women.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is what it is.
It's the sick world we're living in, unfortunately.
Very, very sick world.
And I just feel like I'm a whole civilian, but I feel like I gotta say I'm sorry that you even have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Being that you made a decision to put your life on the line for this country and you still have to deal with that type of shit. That's just crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like, I was talking to this to my mother. I'm like, do I kind of get a pass just because I'm in uniform?
I mean, obviously not. You know, it's like
Well,
any pass that you thought that you was gonna get, you like, oh, there ain't no passing to this game.
Yeah, I mean, well, certain incidents is like,
yeah.
Would you look at me the same way? Like because manners, respect, all
right.
that. Manners will take it where money won't. So, bar, yeah. So if I was to give you the same manners and respect, would not in uniform? How would it be outside a uniform?
I mean, what has the difference been? Like, do you sense a change? Like, has there been anyone? Well, I won't say anyone because I know that you're military after that. But do you sense a change? Okay, outside of like dealing with the racism that you do deal with while in uniform, do you feel that there are instances where you're not too sure that they would treat you the same way if you weren't in uniform?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like they got to give you that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, they kind of got to get a respect.
Does that go for people that are in the Marines as well?
I believe so, yeah, because you gotta realize, like, I would say Marine Corps or just military in general, we're 1% of America, and also, with that being said, you're dealing with people all over the United States.
Yeah.
So you kind of do have people from these small ass towns that
never been around black people.
Never been around black people.
Shook and then a motherfucker.
And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
but that's not their fault.
I mean, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's not. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I went to boot camp, it was a shocker to me.
Why?
Being around, high school, it was kind of half and half.
Right.
I felt as though it was half and half. But when I went to boot camp, it was like, I was a goddamn minority out that bitch, like, for real. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, different cultures. That's what it is. I just,
but it's taught you, I feel like it's taught you how to adapt. I feel like it's taught you hardcore how to adapt.
Adapt and overcome?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
that's what I saying is,
Oh.
that's how I said that line.
Oh.
Yeah, adapt and overcome.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely instilled.
Yeah, so,
gotcha.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate where my life has taken me thus far.
No, absolutely. Because when you step out of uniform, you step back into the civilian life. Still as a Marine, you can still deal with people.
Yeah.
You can adapt.
And I'll overcome these fuck niggas nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is what it is. So back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about AfroMama.
AfroMama.
So let's get into that.
My little baby.
Yeah. So you started sewing. Is that something you did high school, a home ec class or something, or what?
No, honestly, no. This really just started. Okay, so I had my baby in March. Probably when she was around, it had to be maybe 4 or 5 months, I started putting little head wraps on her. And I would wear one too, so we would be like twinning, you know? And it was just the amount of people that would be like, oh my God, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, yo. Like, literally, we're getting stopped like every 5 minutes. Like, I could truly make money off of this. Like, instead of being like buying other people's wraps, why can't I make this for her and I?
Did you in Baltimore or what?
No, I was living in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
That bounce music.
Yeah, bounce music. But yeah, that's how it started, and I just kind of went from there. It actually started with bows. But that didn't do too well in the black community. Like most
Bows? Like, what do you mean?
like bows that you clip into baby's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
I know. But like, I'm the mom that does, so I'm like, maybe they do. And I learned real quick, like, nah, they don't do that. But yeah, nah. But I started making the top knot turban hats, and they did very well. And then I don't know when I got into bonnets. When the fuck did I get into bonnets? I don't know when I decided to add bonnets. There's no backstory to that. I was just like, I gotta expand.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Is this all self-taught?
It's all self-taught.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Mostly everything I've ever done in my life is self-taught.
Singing, dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, once, okay, of course you was getting a buzz of just like, okay, they see you twinning with your daughter, Lay. Now, when you finally made your first one, were you kind of hesitant about like putting it out to the universe?
Once I put my mind to something, I'm never hesitant. Incredibly bold. So no, I definitely wasn't hesitant. I put it out there, but I think that what has kind of made my business expand is my normalizing for breastfeeding. So that's
what I want to get into too as well.
I'm a huge advocate for breastfeeding. I feel that we live in a world where breastfeeding is incredibly sexualized, or it's just looked at as something that's not natural. So I think that the more that you see it, the more you're more prone to see it as natural. So I will breastfeed anywhere, right in your face, and I give a fuck.
Savage.
Yeah, and that's what my social media has been about. And I took a picture with Lay where it was a picture where I'm eating oatmeal and she's on my breast nursing and we're watching TV, and my mom captured a picture of it and we're wearing our bonnets. And I put it on Instagram and I labeled it Bonnets and Breakfast. And this is something that I always do, like normalizing breastfeeding, of course. And I labeled the picture Bonnets and Breakfast. Maybe a month or two later, the picture went completely viral.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that has been crazy. Like, when the picture first went viral, I wasn't even prepared for the amount of emails and orders and inquiries that I was going to get. And I'm like, a one-man team. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like hype as fuck, of course, getting all these followers. I got like 300 followers in a day. It was crazy, hype as fuck. But I'm like, okay, this is real life money that I could possibly make right now. How can I make this happen? And I did. I mean, it took me, I had to make my, Jesus Christ. Hennessy is stopping me from being able to think. Instagram. But I had to make my, not estimate.
Instagram, your Facebook?
No.
Website?
The amount of time that it takes from the time that you order it to the time that you receive it was 4 to 6 weeks. That's how many orders I got. Wow. I mean, it was insane. But I got it done.
Damn.
I got it done.
That is crazy.
So being a single mom and working a full-time job and running a business with a picture like that going viral and the amount of orders that I had, it was insane. It was insane. I felt crazy for like a certain amount of time, but I did it.
Why's that?
Because I just felt like there's so much on my plate. Like, as a woman, you wanna... How the fuck do I explain this? Honestly, it was just a lot on my plate. Like, just being a mom alone, working a full-time job, but then not only are you trying to push this small business, but like this small business is like trying to motherfucking thrive,
Yeah.
So it was a lot. It's looking at your phone. You got 70 fucking emails in an hour. Like, that's crazy. It's insane. So it's trying to like keep the balance of things and not allowing yourself to slip in one area, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to be the best mother that I can be. And with being the best mother that I can be is being the best woman that I can be. That comes priority for me. So trying to balance and being the best employee that I can be.
Of course.
Exactly. So it's like trying to be the best woman, trying to be the best mom, trying to be the best employee, but still try to be the best entrepreneur. It's insane. And doing it all by myself. I have my mom, I have the little bit of help that I do have, but at the end of the day, I'm a single mother.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's rough, but I'm doing it. And I'm so proud of myself because I went from, when are people going to make an order? Like, I'm getting like, 1 or 2 orders a week. And now it's like trying to balance out how the fuck I'm gonna complete a certain amount of orders in a fucking week.
Getting 6 orders a day.
Yeah, way more than that. Like it's insane. And I'm finally at a place where I need to expand and I need to like hire people, you know, and I'm at a place where I can do that. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, how did I even get here? And so fast, you know, there are businesses who go for years before they can, you know, and here I am off of just one fucking picture. Things have changed for me. So, yeah.
Have you thought about quitting your full-time job to
all the time? There's
go
not a
for your
fucking
business?
day. There ain't a day. There's not a day that goes by.
So what's stopping you? If your business is boom, because so for my listeners, you know, you got people out there that are in your shoes.
Yeah.
So what's stopping you from doing that?
Being a mom. Like, I don't feel like I'm at a place where I want to take that risk. I think once I build my team and I can feel like, okay, things can thrive a little bit without me, then I'll feel comfortable.
Residual income or?
It's residual income right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess I can say I don't trust it. All right. I just don't trust it. I need it to be more consistent. I need it to be like, I need to see longevity. I need to see like, okay, I need to build a team. Like, I need to make sure that this is something that can go on for months and months and months, and that I can quit my job and that it's still coming in. It's still coming in. It's still coming in. It's still coming in. And it's not just because of a picture going viral.
Yeah.
You know? And that once that dies down, it's like, okay, there goes my clientele. You know? I don't want it to be that way. I want this to be that I have just customer after customer. And that's how it's been. But I do
you think if you were able to, like, maybe partner up with, like, a store or company or whatnot, you would do it?
Yeah, and I have stores that want to partner up. Yeah, but I'm just one woman right now, and I'm trying my best. That's the best way that I could put it. I'm trying my best to go forward, but what comes priority for me is being a mom. It makes things a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Being one person and trying to do so many things and trying to have so many different hats. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done, trying to have that balance. So right now, I think I'm okay with being a mom, working my full-time job, solid-ass income, you know, and then having AfroMama, solid-ass income. But, of course, with any new business, all the money that you're making is going right back into your business, you know?
Got it. Yeah. Now, you said something about breastfeeding and, like, sexualizing stuff and all that stuff. As a male, I don't be understanding it all the way, you know. And the reason why I say this is because it's like, I feel it's on the sense. I personally look at it as like, yo, you just feeding your child like it is what it is. But when it comes to breastfeeding, you have women that have titties, that have breasts, whatever you want to call them. They be like, ew, get that shit out of here.
Yeah,
like,
or she's just doing it for likes. Yeah.
Or just
completely unconscious.
Yeah. So
very unconscious.
What would you say to them?
Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say to them. Wake the fuck up. Yeah, that's how I would summarize that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
no. Go deeper.
No, I mean, there's nothing really to go deep about. I think that it just speaks. When you're a woman and you have a kid yourself, like there are fucking moms that are commenting under my picture like, you're just doing this for likes, like you like ew, like you just want followers, like you're not doing this for any other reason besides that, like you're not doing this for the advancement of women, like are you kidding me? And that's just how I look at it. Like you have to just enlighten yourself to the fucking world that you're living in. And I think anything that's a little unorthodox or anything that's a little beyond normal for people, they shun it, you know, unfortunately, until it becomes normalized. And then they, you know,
think they
I've been with that since the jump, but you weren't.
Do you think they kind of
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Like that. Do you think they kind of hate because maybe they don't know how to breastfeed?
I won't say that it's not that they don't know. I mean, there's so many. You'd never know why somebody's hating. You know, there could be like just some hardcore, like deep undertone reason why somebody is hating on you. I could speculate all that I want to, but I think at the end of the day, you hate what you don't understand.
But
you're not knowledgeable about it. I think that if you were knowledgeable about it and you took the time to understand, that you wouldn't be so judgmental. How are you judgmental towards your own kind? That's something I'll never understand. So.
But you're not out here like, goddamn, 2 titties out or 2 breasts out. I want to be politically correct.
It's not. I'm not.
Areola
it's
showing.
not sexualized at all. I mean, you can look at my Instagram right now, and it's not It's not sexualized. Like it's. I mean, to me, it's not.
Yeah.
To me, it's not. But you have women that I have a whole story. Like I don't just post a picture. I tell a story under the picture. You know, I want women to relate to me. I want to inspire. I live to inspire. That's my MO. I live to inspire. So if you read that and you're still fucking judging me, you're the fucking problem, not me.
The problem is they don't read.
Or the problem is that they just want to find a reason to not like you because they don't like themselves.
Yeah. Interesting. So, as far as women hating, what about the men, dude? Like,
men are disgusting sometimes. Like, I mean, the DMs, the dick pics, and like the fucking, like, let me fuck you. Like the amount of inappropriate DMs that I have gotten off this picture going off this picture going viral, insanity.
Are you serious?
It's disgusting. Yes.
It's
died down. It's definitely died down. I'm happy to say that it shifted. Like I get more so, let me take you out. You're beautiful. You know, like those kind of DMs. But like in the beginning when that picture first went viral, I was getting I mean, there was this guy that sent me this picture of literally this may be TMI, but like his dick in like fucking boxing, and he's making his dick jump up and down, and like, yeah.
What the fuck?
I can show it to you right now.
I don't want to see it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Damn. So, damn.
Yeah.
That's almost
so
like.
It just shows you how sexualized it is.
But
Here's
it's
a picture.
Like pedophilish though.
As fuck. Like it's weird.
Cause so let's break it down to the listeners, and the only reason I'm gonna argue this point. So I feel as though it's pedophilish because it's like you see a picture, you got you, and then you have your daughter, and then if they reply, the DM, the picture is in your DM, so they're commenting in your DMs with the picture.
Or even if it's not the picture, I know that you found my page via that
their
picture.
Dick, right? Yeah, with their dick, or they'll probably say like some nasty.
No, I'm saying that I know that they found my page via that picture.
Yeah.
So whether and you choose to respond to that with your dick,
but
it's fucking weird.
But also, have you ever got like, yo, you got some nice ass titties?
Yes. Not only have I got, you got some nice ass titties, you got some dark ass areolas. Like I'm
what
like, nigga,
with a dick pic attached or what?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's almost pedophilia, right?
It's weird because it's like, that's my daughter, like nursing. Like, what about this turns you on? What about this are you like, oh, I got to fuck? Like, what? I mean, that just shows you that's why I do what I do, because it's sexualized. It's not seen the way that it should be seen.
Why do you think it's sexualized?
Because it's titties. Titties are sexual. Women in general are sexualized. You can't do anything without being sexualized. You can't be who you are without being sexualized.
Well, we are in a hyper-sexualized.
Hyper as fuck. Everyone needs to calm down.
We're so hyper about it, but then we're also like, well, how can we stop sexual harassment?
Exactly.
which I don't fucking get at.
Yeah,
I'm
deep eye roll. Exactly.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Dick DMs popping.
Yeah.
We're calling that your dick DMs.
Yeah, I try to ignore them, but daily.
You said they lit?
No, I said daily.
Oh. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And as far as your picture going viral, like, have you seen it? Have you seen it in any crazy blog or?
Yeah, hella blogs, It went viral. It went viral on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and what's the name of the most popular thing that people use to blog? I can't think right now.
What do you mean, like?
They my brother uses it. I can't think right now. It went like hella viral. Yeah, like many platforms, and like I just didn't realize it until people are like, Before was the dick pics. It was just people like screenshotting me like, Chenae, oh my God, look, I see you. Oh my God, I don't know you, but here, look, I see you. Like, crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was dope.
In these streets.
It was dope.
So of course you take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah. I wish that I would have took more advantage. I wish that I had more time to focus on that. But I think I took advantage of it the best that I can due to my circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. This is very interesting. it is. Because, I mean, you probably have somebody else in the world that's going through the same thing. So.
Absolutely. I mean, being a mom is already hard. Being a single mom, it's tough. It's tough. It's different aspects of life that people just don't even think about until you actually are a single mom, or you are watching, or you're in the life of a single mom, I guess, and you kind of like are like, yeah, it's pretty fucking intense. But even still, you don't think about it. Sleep. I don't get sleep. I don't get sleep. My daughter's 15 months and she still nurses. She still wakes up through the night. We co-sleep. And I'm having to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do orders because I get off at 4:30.
Certain time.
I wake up. I get off at 4:30. I have to pick her up by 5. You know, it's dinner, it's bath time, it's playtime, it's book reading, it's putting her to bed. And the one thing that I gave up working a full-time job is that time with my kid. You know, where I was being a stay-at-home mom, I got to be with her all day and, you know, got to have that one-on-one time. I sacrificed that to do my full-time job to make sure that she's good and make sure I'm good. So that's something that I got to like try to put that in during the week as best as I can, even if it's just, hey, let's play with the blocks or, you know, let's go downstairs and play. Whatever the case may be, I have to put that time in. You know, I have to try to make up for it. So I have to remember that during the nighttime, I may not have time to sew, but I'm like, okay, I still got orders that I have to fulfill. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. So some days she may not go to sleep at 8:30 like she's supposed to. Some days she may go to sleep at 10:30, 11 o'clock at fucking night because she's being stubborn. Goddamn Leilani. Being stubborn. She won't go to sleep till 11 o'clock. I go to sleep at 11 and I got to wake up at 3 and I got to do orders and I have to wake up at 6.
What is like the average age of like to, I guess, stop breastfeeding?
It just depends. It depends on the mom and it depends on your kid.
6 years old or what?
Ooh.
I don't know.
No. Definitely not 6. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say no because I don't want to disrespect a mom whose 6-year-old may still be breastfeeding. Yeah. But we as mammals are the only mammals that do that we cut our kids off. Any other mammal allows their child to wean and they let you know when they're ready to hunt. You know, they're ready to eat food and do their own thing. We're the only ones that are like, because of the society that we're living in, you're at a certain age, it's disgusting for you to be in my breast right now. Or you care so much about what other people think that it's like, okay, you got to stop. So I've always been the mom that has said like, okay, when you're ready, you'll let me know. But unfortunately, that has changed just a little bit because it's too much. It's so hard to be at work and having to pump all day. I have a job that I need to be in front of the computer all the time. You know, I'm a customer service associate. I fulfill a lot of orders. So it's constant. It's like, fucking constant. That's the best word that I can use. So, it was just a lot of pressure having to fulfill a certain amount of ounces a day. So that's why I decided to have Leilani wean. One of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to make, being that I'm such an advocate for breastfeeding, but I love that I did that. It's made my life a little bit easier and it's taken a lot of pressure off of my shoulders on top of everything else that I'm dealing with. It just depends. Like I said, to sum it up, it depends on the mom and it depends on the baby, on the age. Yeah.
So you're just going to do her now? Well, you're doing late now.
I'm just weaning her into it. So by 2, Leilani should be off completely.
What would be the substitute?
It just depends. For her, it's soy milk. A lot of moms will probably have a problem with that, but it works for her. She loves it. My daughter's... people say there's a lot of downs to soy.
Oh, okay,
People have an
yeah.
opinion about everything.
Yeah, of
Fuck your
course.
opinion. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
If you give them water, they be like, ah, nah.
Right, like, yeah, exactly. So I'm just doing what works for us and what she's receptive to. Leilani is unfortunately a kid who's allergic to a lot of things, EpiPen allergic. So
Damn.
yeah,
You look at her wrong.
yeah, exactly. She might break out in hives. So yeah, soy milk. She does juice. I mean, luckily she does a lot of solid foods now, so it's not like she's just incredibly dependent on food. She can definitely do foods and do 2 or 3 bottles a day and be fine.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
So before we close this out, I would like you to give 2 things of advice. One on breastfeeding. No,
Okay.
3.
Okay.
3. So one on breastfeeding, one on being an entrepreneur,
Okay.
and one on being a single mother.
Okay. I can do 3 in 1.
Okay.
And my best advice would be is do what works for you. Don't care about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
That's my honestly my best advice. Like truly, I just feel like we live in a world where so many people base their decisions off of what other people think and how other people feel, and you have to do what works for you, and that is in all aspects, in business and motherhood and self. You got to do what works for you. Trust yourself. So,
Deep.
yeah.
Like it. Hey, shout out your social media for us, for all the people out there.
My personal is AfroMamache. So it's Afro, AFRO, Mama, MAMA, Che, CHE. And then my business page, which you can get from my personal page, is AfroMama_. So it's AfroMama_.
Okay. And then as far as ordering bonnets,
Yeah.
D-Regs,
You can email me
socks.
at yeah.
Whatever you do.
I take customized orders as well, so just holla. But it's AfroMamache@gmail. But like I said, you can find that all. It's all on my social media.
Oh, you got it there, folks. I want to say thank you for everybody that's listening to this podcast. We probably take another shot of Hennessy after this. But like I said, thank you for listening to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your man Troubles and
Chenae.
all right, peace.
See ya.